Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to the big island of Hawaii, where these ongoing earthquakes, there's been a swarm out here since the eruption of Mount Kilauea back in 2018. Well, the volcano erupted again in the last 12 hours. We're going to go to the summit cams and take a look at the recent eruption of Mount Kilauea. Also want to take you guys out to the eastern United States, where if you didn't know better, by looking at this map, you would think that there were several wildfires out here in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, and there are none. That's smoke that's drifted down from the Canadian wildfires. A historic wildfire event underway up in Canada that's delivering all kinds of wildfire smoke down into the eastern United States. And the smoke is getting so bad that it's affecting the air quality. It's affecting airplane traffic in and out of New York and New Jersey. For the first time, I'm going to show you guys something over here at Null School. This is carbon dioxide levels at ground level. And honestly, I've never seen green over here on this map. And green's towards the higher end of carbon dioxide. Normally it's down here in this burgundy, maybe a light orange, as you can see here on the map. Look at the light green extending from Wisconsin down through Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and then of course in New Jersey, New York, and up into Connecticut. The green is concentrations of carbon dioxide at ground level. Now we're going to look at carbon monoxide, and the carbon monoxide levels are also elevated at ground level in the same general locations as the very heavy wildfire smoke. In fact, the carbon monoxide is thicker over here in the New York area than it is up in Canada. And if you look at the concentrations of carbon dioxide, it's also thicker down here in the United States than it is up in Canada, where the actual wildfires are. In fact, those carbon dioxide levels are the highest anywhere on planet Earth right now as I do this video. So an unprecedented event going on with regard to these Canadian wildfires, and how these wildfires and wildfire smoke are having a huge impact on the United States. But first, over here at the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Jonathan out of Berlin, Connecticut. This too is of the sun behind wildfire smoke in Connecticut. And some of the photos that you guys are going to see, you're able to see sunspots on the Earth-facing side of the sun, courtesy of the thick wildfire smoke acting like a solar filter. Checking in on the GOES X-ray flux over here at the Space Weather Prediction Center, you can see one strong M-class solar flare in the last 12 hours. Here's looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun. Video footage submitted by Scott from this morning around 6 o'clock in the morning, and this is, of course, the Earth-facing side of the sun. There's the sunspots that produced the large M-class solar flare this morning. A little over 12 hours ago, it was Earth-directed. It sent a shockwave that was absorbed in the ionosphere above Africa, did create brief radio blackouts, and there was another one not too far behind it. So the sunspots that we're seeing here are starting to gain some momentum, as we've seen a couple of strong solar flares here in the last 24 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. Earthquake activity has slowed down a lot compared to what we've seen in the last 2 or 3 days. Looking at a little bit of magma intrusion around the caldera, but nothing major going on at the present time. Coming over to poweroutage.us, still over 10,000 customers in Texas without electricity, going on almost a week straight now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's weather related or not. Typically, when a storm goes through any state, the power's not out usually more than a day or two, unless it's a very large event. There's something going on in Texas where there has been consistently over 10,000 customers without electricity now for almost a week. And I wanted to touch base on yesterday's video real quick. I received 2 photos, one from John over here on the right and one from Paul over here on the left. And this is apparently what that helicopter that we saw in the video that was submitted by Vince out of Patterson, California, that had some sort of a dark ring underneath it. The helicopter was just far enough away to where you couldn't see any cables and you couldn't make out exactly what that was underneath the helicopter. Apparently, what that could have been was ground-penetrating radar underneath that helicopter that was flying in Patterson, California. I want to take you guys now out to the big island of Hawaii. We're going to the activity right here where you see all the earthquakes, that earthquake swarm that intensified a few hours ago, and that was on the heels of a a recent eruption of Mount Kilauea at 4:43 local time in the morning. During the overnight hours, there was a quake swarm, or at least it intensified. And here's a look at the eruption in fast forward at Haley Mau crater from the USGS live cam that monitors the summit 24/7. And you can see the magma that turns into lava once it comes out of the volcano. Inside the volcano and underground, it's called magma. Once it exits the volcano caldera, it becomes lava. It's a different name outside of the volcano than it is inside the volcano. So there's the lava flow. Right now, it's contained to the summit of Mount Kilauea. The last time this erupted back in 2018, the lava went down the slope and traveled all the way to the ocean. Don't know if that's going to be the situation here, as this just started a few hours ago. But lava is flowing out of the crater atop of Mount Kilauea. And here's a wide-angle view of the crater at the summit of Mount Kilauea. So once again, a new volcano eruption on the Big Island of Hawaii. I have some new photos I want to share with you guys from the eastern United States, especially the northeastern United States, where this smoke has been absolutely atrocious. And it's not only affected there, but it's affected Wisconsin, Minnesota, multiple states, Michigan, Illinois, Virginia, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana. Again, there's concentrations, higher concentrations of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide in these areas, the highest of anywhere on planet Earth. And here's some photos and video footage from these areas right in the middle of all this very thick wildfire smoke, very persistent wildfire smoke. New Haven County, Connecticut. Video footage submitted by Scott from today, and they were looking for the sun. It's obviously daylight, but the smoke was so thick at the time of this video, it blocked the sun out completely. There was enough light coming through that let you know it was daylight outside, but other than that, you weren't able to see the sun at the time of this video, and you can see how thick it is off in the distance. Here's a video sent in by Ray out of Philadelphia, and the sun is behind another thick layer of wildfire smoke that engulfed Philadelphia. I mean, this smoke has really done a number on the northeastern United States. Here's the moon behind the wildfire smoke, also from Philadelphia. The moon looked like it was bright orange or bright pink during this video, but the sky was just filled with wildfire smoke. Once again, photo here by Jonathan out of Berlin, Connecticut. This is the photo that was on the homepage of the website. The sun behind a thick layer of wildfire smoke. Much like these photos right here, sent in by Alfredo out of Ontario from June 6th. This is right up in Canada. And notice the beams of light coming through his window. They are also orange light reflecting off of the door inside of his house. Jake Blake from Afton Mountain, Virginia. He too was showing how thick the wildfire smoke was in Virginia. And again, there was no wildfire down there. This is smoke from Canada making its way all the way down to Virginia. Photo here sent in by Kay out of Middleton, Ohio from June 7th of 2023. Ominous looking smoke-filled sky from Middleton, Ohio. And here's video from downtown New York sent in by Liz B. And you can see the sun behind a thick layer of wildfire smoke in New York. Here the smoke kind of lightened up just a little bit. Here it got thick again. And you're going to see a tall building engulfed in wildfire smoke. And that smoke was from Canada. There's no wildfires in New York. That is an incredible photo from Liz B. out of New York. Here's another photo from New York sent in by Andrew Griffin, and he was showing how thick the smoke was off in the distance. Again, you would think the wildfire was in New York. Photo here by Rob S. out of northern New York. That is a red moon from a couple of nights ago, visible from New York. This is the sun from Clarksville, Tennessee. Photos sent in by David Kerr, and he was quite surprised when he was able to see the sunspots behind the wildfire smoke acting as a solar filter. Look at that. That's a photo that he shared with me. I didn't do anything to that photo except share it with you guys. The sunspots were visible through the wildfire smoke. Photos here by Global Impact out of Avoca, New York. More thick haze. Almost looks like fog in New York. That again is from the Canada wildfire smoke drifting down into the United States. And there's the sun once again tucked in behind that thick layer of wildfire smoke. Joe from Medina, New York, received a lot of photos out of New York. And you can see the sun is all but extinguished behind the thick layer of wildfire smoke. Drew from Finger Lakes, New York, showing off in the distance there how thick the wildfire smoke is. Again, looked like fog. Craig Michael Curtis from Metro Detroit. Bright pink sun down behind the wildfire smoke. You can see the sun reflecting off the lake from Milton, Vermont. photo sent in by Austin. There's the sun almost completely extinguished. And this next photo that was sent in by Austin out of Vermont, the sun almost looked like a red version of Jupiter. You can see the lines going horizontally across the sun. Again, that photo was out of Milton, Vermont, via the thick wildfire smoke that's dominating the landscape up in the northeastern United States. And once again, the carbon dioxide levels in these areas are the worst anywhere on planet Earth. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports@mrmbb333.com. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website that you can always find linked down below in the description box. Look for this red tab that says Have a Large Video. Simply click on the red tab, drag and drop your video into the red banner. It's a drop box. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.